What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So my goal for today is to show you guys what the market participants are doing and where they're trying to take the price to next. So today was a nice day today so far. We still have about another hour and a half left in the market, but I don't expect the market to crash all of a sudden. I think that's a very low likelihood of happening. So most likely we're going to be closing bullish for the day and possibly even higher, somewhere in probably in the high 280s, 290s, maybe even the 300s. But either way, most likely it's going to close bullish for the day after a gap up from the prior day's close. I gapped up from 263 all the way to like 272. And then we have already been traveling around a $22 range from the low to high thus far. So overall, looks like it's bullish, obviously, in the short term, very short term. And maybe this will also continue to turn around that correction that we have been seeing basically dating back to November 21st of 2024. So if you survive, let's see, that's December would be 1 month, January would be 2 months, February would be 3 months, and it's almost 4 months of a correction ongoing. So if you survive that much, then congratulations, you're a true believer in strategy's vision. So doing good so far, and most likely we'll look at other price targets very shortly. So I want to go over a couple things first. TradingView is the software that I use, and I get asked that a lot. Which software do I use? It's called TradingView. It's probably the best one on the market. Very professional, very reliable. They practically have any indicator you want to use. It's one of the best softwares you can use. And if you have stocks or anything, any asset that has a chart, you should be watching the charts. You should be watching the price action. At least try the demo version, the free version. But if you start liking and enjoying it and using it more often, then get the paid version, and then you can use my affiliate link in the link description below, in my video descriptions below, to get a discount on your membership. So that's the only thing I would basically sponsor or advertise on my channel. I get asked a lot about, hey, can you show my indicator? Can you show my exchange? I don't like any of those. They're all bad. They're not that good. I'm only going to show you guys what I use or what is really good out there in TradingView. I do have their affiliate link, and if you guys want to join that, make sure you use the link in my video description for a membership. And thank you for those who have already claimed that as well. Let's go over some comments from my prior video, and I'll try to answer that in this video. So someone asked, any idea why MSTR was up yesterday compared to Bitcoin being down? Well, again, it's not a one-to-one correlation. It's not an ETF. It's not going to be exactly following Bitcoin. And you don't want it to exactly follow Bitcoin. For example, today's 12% gain, and Bitcoin's at like, what, 4 or 5% gain? So you don't want it to follow Bitcoin. That difference allows you to, profit greatly, even if you're short, right? Even if you're short, then you could profit greatly from Bitcoin dropping, when MicroStrategy would technically drop even more. So it's not a one-to-one correlation. And like I said before, this stock is going to be more sensitive to market fluctuations than Bitcoin, because it's more volatile. So it's going to be more sensitive to any buying or selling pressure in the marketplace. So if this is already trying to push up higher, most likely this will signal that Bitcoin's also trying to turn around and also continue to push up higher as well. So this one would be technically kind of like a leading indicator for what Bitcoin might be doing in the future. It's not guaranteed, but as right now, it has been acting as a leading indicator on the top side and technically starting on the bottom side as well. So let's see if this continues higher. Next question someone asked me was, or it was just more of a comment, Bitcoin, what's its utility? Again, there's a lot of utility to Bitcoin. First of all, if you store, let's just say you hold US dollars in your bank account for 5 years, and let's say you hold Bitcoin for 5 years, which one do you think is going to hold your value, your buying power in the long term in that 5 years? I'm pretty sure you would say Bitcoin. So that's the utility right there. It's a store of value. Next utility, what can you transfer across the globe on a Sunday night without using a intermediary, right? Without using a centralized party, without using PayPal or Venmo? Practically nothing, right? So that's the utility in Bitcoin right there. You can transfer whatever you want to someone across the planet at any time, any holiday. It's never closed. It's running 24/7, and it has never had any problems running for about 15 years now, 15, 16 years in the marketplace. That's another utility right there. Uh, there's a bunch of other utilities, right? This is not mainly a Bitcoin video. Those are just the two on top of my head, and that's the utility right there. XRP, much better tech. Well, again, you're not comparing apples to oranges here, right? Or you are comparing apples to oranges here. Bitcoin is not a technology; it's a protocol. It's a protocol, just like the internet base layer was a protocol, and protocols come in layers. So comparing Bitcoin to XRP is not the correct comparison because they're two different things. Bitcoin is a protocol, meaning you start with the base level of just bare Bitcoin, and then you could build upon that. Like they have second layer Lightning payment processing channel, right? So it just keeps on getting built and built in layers, just like the internet was built on layers and layers and layers. Same thing with Bitcoin; it's gonna be built on layers, layers, layers. XRP is just tech, and any other tech can come out and be faster, better, stronger, right? But how are you gonna invent a new protocol that people will follow? It's very difficult and is much more rare, and Bitcoin already has a head start. If someone wants to make another Bitcoin, well, you're already competing against something that's already been in the marketplace for this long and this consistent and this reliable. So it's impossible to catch up to Bitcoin now. It's only once in your lifetime you're gonna have a Bitcoin because it already happened. So it's a protocol, not a technology. And then they said, I think Bitcoin will fade eventually, for there is no use for it. At least gold has industrial uses. Well, it's not going to fade eventually because there's no use for it. I already went over just two of the biggest utilities for it. And then at least gold has industrial uses. Gold does have industrial uses, but that doesn't mean it should be a money. There was a lot of things used as money in history. Just read the Bitcoin standard; it'll go over that, or even the fiat standard, and then it'll go over the types of money that people used: glass beads, seashells, copper, silver, iron. Whatever you can name, right? People using as money, cattle, whatever. Um, and now, obviously, the most recent was gold just 100 years ago, and then now fiat currency. Uh, Government money. So gold got demonetized, right? We don't even live on a gold standard anymore. So it got demonetized from being a money. Now it's just for mostly industrial use, jewelry. Yes, people do use it as a store of value, but that's also getting demonetized by Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going to reprice the entire world much faster than gold will, because gold, yes, it has like a 2% supply issuance rate every year, but Bitcoins will continuously decline every 4 years. The issuance rate will drop, continue to get drop, and it'll be the hardest form of money in existence. So just want to answer those questions. Now let's begin the technical analysis portion of the video. And make this one real quick because, again, there's not much to talk about. MicroStrategy is pushing up higher. I'm expecting it to close at least bullish for today and the week bullish. And this was the downward trend line that it needs to break. And it looks like it's starting to break it, which is a good sign. We're seeing a nice push up. I wouldn't get too excited because we just did that last week, or just like last week. And that was a failed breakout and price collapsed down lower right over here. And now it looks like we're breaking out again. So this is a good sign. I can't draw the trend line more shallower because now I'm coming off the candle. So most likely it is right over here. And it looks like we are starting to decisively break through it. I think a couple more days like this, and it's probably game over for the shorts. Let's take a look at this horizontal level that needs to get above as well, right around that 318, 320 level. It was acting as prior support and then recently acted as prior resistance. And now we're coming back up to that level to test it again. We did fill in this gap fill right here at the 285, 286 level. So that gap is filled. And the next level would be right back here at the 318, 315 level, whatever, at the low $300 level before we see resistance or price able to push through it. So we did reach that measure target, like I said before, at the 240 level several times. That was a temporary bottom. Now it could be acting as a permanent bottom. We did also see a double bottom off of that as well, which is a good sign. So it means that buyers are still wanting to defend the level, right? Because price came right back to it and buyers still drove up the price. So that's a very good sign that the bulls are still, aggressive buyers are still trying to maintain support. So as of right now, we'll see how this closes. Most likely it's going to close bullish. I don't expect this to reverse that sharply in just about an hour and 20 minutes now. Most likely it's going to close bullish and the week bullish as well. and most likely to higher prices in the future. I think Bitcoin needs to start, moving up higher. April is about to be April now. It's already half the month is gone, and it was supposed to be, in my opinion, a bullish month, and so far it's already halfway done, and it's not really that bullish for Bitcoin. But April should be a bullish month. If it's not, then again, we're probably not going to be topping this year. It might be like a delayed cycle top, maybe sometime in 2026. As of right now, it's that's we can still go with the historical average of 4 years because that's not invalidated as of right now. So let's take a look at the weekly chart on the log scale. If I draw a trend line across the swings, it looks like we still have some more room to the upside trend line. So as of right now, it still looks pretty bullish to me. Closing the week bullish as well, most likely. And like I said before, I was talking about the wicks. Generally, these candles form at the lows of a correction, right? So we have three candles with large amount of wicks on the bottom. Just like over here was wicks. There was a wick right here back in April 2024, right over here. And then those big candles also can signify bottoms. So you can analyze everything. You can analyze just the candles, and then you can analyze the market structure. And when you combine them together, market structure with candles, then you get powerful patterns in the marketplace. So as right now, it looks still very good. We have this first trend line, and then price went in a steeper trend line, and we're still above that trend line. So this is a trend line at the end of a measure move target with seeing strong buying, maintaining 240 support level. Bitcoin looks like it's ready to move up higher. I mean, everything is kind of aligning together at this moment in time, right? This is the worst time to be bearish. Like, let's just say you were bearish, right? What would you say? Okay, my price is below the 320 level. We have the bearish trend line, but again, it looks like the bulls have more weight to their side of the story than the bears as of right now because that measuring target was reached. So overall, still looks very bullish long term for MicroStrategy. And if we are at the second angle, that means we haven't even seen nothing yet, right? Because generally price goes in multiple angles, so we haven't even seen the third angle. Like, how can you even imagine how high MicroStrategy can go once we form that third angle? So this was like a third angle right here, you could say. But we came back to the second angle and we're still forming it. So most likely this is all just part of the second angle, and we haven't even seen the real exponential move up higher yet, which I'm still expecting. Still expecting quadruple digits for MicroStrategy in the coming months. So again, and most likely they're going to continue to buy Bitcoin. They haven't bought Bitcoin this month yet, and I'm expecting them to do a big purchase very soon, probably this month. So all I have for MicroStrategy in the daily week charts. Maybe I'll come out with another video on the weekend just to go over some more comments or talk a little bit more about Bitcoin as well. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.